Good morning, friends, and once again, welcome to Easy English Explanation by Pooja Joshi. How are you all? I'm sure you must be fine and keeping in touch with your studies. So, in this part, the second part of The Summit Within, lesson number 5, Standard 8, Honeydew Book. So, let's start with the second part of the lesson. Before that, I would like to tell you something about the first part. In the first part, we saw that Major Ahluwalia, he was one of the members of the first successful expedition to Mount Everest in 1965. So now we saw in that first part that how hardships are faced by the mountaineers, the climbers. What is the aim behind that? Major Ahluwalia shares his own writings, his own ways, then why he climbed the Everest and what were his intentions. What are the feelings when the people are climbing mountains? Why do they do so? He shares his personal experiences along with this. So here he narrates his story when he climbed Mount Everest. So now let's see ahead. As usual, first let me read word to word, line to line, and then we'll go for the explanation. I have a more personal answer to the question. From my childhood, I have been attracted by mountains. I had been miserable, lost, when away from mountains in the plains. Mountains are nature at its best. Their beauty and majesty pose a great challenge, and like many, I believe that mountains are a means of communion with God. I have a personal answer, means here he says that he has a personal reason for climbing Mount Everest. From his childhood, he was very attracted towards mountains. He had fancies for mountains. He didn't like to live in the plains. He was attracted by mountains. When he was away from mountains, he felt miserable. Miserable, I'll show you the picture. The meaning, miserable means very sad and worried and lost. When he was away from mountains, he felt bad. And he believed that mountains are a true gem of nature. They are the true art from God. Their beauty and majesty pose a great challenge. And like many, he also believes that mountains are the best way to have a strong bond and relationship with God, to be in union with the God. So let's see the meanings of these words. Miserable, majesty, communion. Let's see the meanings. As I said, miserable means very sad and worried. Majesty means truly beautiful. And communion means union, having the close relationship, strong bond or feeling with the God. Let's see here the meaning. See here, miserable. Can you see the expression? Very sad and depressed, sulky. See here expression. Okay. Then majesty. Majesty means if somebody has majesty, it causes admiration and respect for its beauty. Communion. Communion means a close relationship with someone in which feelings and thoughts are exchanged of each other. Then coming back here to our lesson, the next paragraph, once having granted this, the question remains, why Everest? Because it is the highest, the mightiest, and has defied many previous attempts. It takes the last ounce of one's energy. It is a brutal struggle with rock and ice. Once taken up, it cannot be given up halfway, even when one's life is at stake. The passage back is as difficult as the passage onwards. And then, when the summit is climbed, there is the exhilaration, the joy of having done something, the sense of a battle fought and won. There is a feeling of victory and happiness. Now, look at this paragraph. Once having granted means if we take it for granted that this is the reason why we climb mountain. We want to be with God. We want to make union with God. It's a challenge, and challenge human beings individual, they just like to accept challenges. Here, why if once we have chosen to climb, but why only the Everest? Everest is the highest peak of Himalayas, as we know. Because answer is because it's the highest, it's the mightiest of the mountains and has defied many previous attempts. Defied means previous many attempts have been failed. It has resisted. It has stopped many attempts of many people have failed when they tried to climb the Everest. So it attracts people a lot. It takes the last ounce, the last drop of anybody's energy. So much energy is needed to climb mountains, especially the Everest. It is a brutal struggle, very, very wild struggle with rock and ice. You have to struggle a lot with rock and ice, then only you can reach the top. Once you have taken up, once you have decided that you will climb the Everest, it cannot be stopped in halfway. Neither you can go down without climbing up to the peak, neither you are not in a position to climb up. So sometimes it happens. It cannot be given up halfway. And even if your life is at a danger, at a stake, you cannot give the struggle. The passage back is also as difficult as you move upwards. It's not that you will reach upwards and everything is done. Still, you have to go all the way back from where you started. So even that is difficult. And then when the summit is climbed, there is the exhilaration, the joy of having done something. When you reach, then you will feel that yes, there is an achievement. Yes, you have done something in your life. You have achieved something in your life. You feel that you have fought a battle and then you have won that battle. So there is a feeling of victory and happiness. So let's see the meanings here of defied. As I show the meaning, frustrated and resisted. And the meaning of brutal, I'll show you. That is, brutal means a wild struggle. Stake like risk or at a danger. Then exhilaration, as we saw it, signs of too much of excitement and happiness. So let's see the meanings. Yes, here. See here the meaning of brutal, cruel, violent or completely without feelings. Stake means at a risk. The amount of money that you risk on the result of something such as a game or competition. Yes, then coming back here. Glimpsing a peak in the distance, I get transported to another world. I experience a change within myself, which can only be called mystical. By its beauty, aloofness, might, ruggedness, and the difficulties encountered on the way. The peak draws me to it, as Everest did. It is a challenge that is difficult to resist. So, when he sees, has a look, glimpsing means having a look in the distance, he gets immediately transported, or mentally he gets shifted to another world, a totally different world. He had experienced a change within himself. It can only be called mystical. Mystical by its beauty, aloofness, might, and ruggedness. And the difficulties, whatever on the way you have found the challenges, it attracts me to it. The author, Major Ahluwalia, gets attracted to the mountain because of its qualities like mystical, then beauty, its aloofness, its might, its ruggedness. Means these qualities Himalaya is having. Let's see the meanings of aloofness, ruggedness, and mystical. See here the meaning of mystical. It's related to religion, related to belief that there is a hidden meaning in life, or that each human being can unite with God. Aloofness means not friendly or willing to take part in things. And ruggedness means wild and not even, not easy to travel over. Here it means to say, Major Ahluwalia means to say that Everest has the qualities of being beautiful, then aloof, staying different, it's rugged, it's not easy to travel, it's very different from others, it's a unique thing, it's very mighty, it's very beautiful, it's somewhat mystical and mystical also, related to something majestic, religions. So he feels that he should travel Mount Everest, he should go to the top. It is a challenge which any mountaineer, any climber cannot stop himself from climbing. Now, next paragraph. Looking back, I find that I have not yet fully explained why I climbed Everest. It is like answering a question: why you breathe? Why do you help your neighbor? Why do you want to do good acts? There is no final answer possible. He looks back to find out that he feels he has not fully explained to us that why did he choose to climb Mount Everest? Why did he climb at all any mountain? This answer will be just like if somebody asks you questions like that: why do you breathe? Because it's necessary. Without breathe we cannot live. Without breathing. Why do you help your neighbor? The answer will be it's our nature. It's a human being's nature to help the neighbor. Sometimes even if not needed. Why do you want to do good acts? Why we do good acts? Because we have to do. It's human. It's our nature. There is no final answer possible. With this, I would like to end the session here. Second video of Standard 8th Honeydew book. Lesson number 5. The Summit Within. I'll catch you as soon as possible. Bye for the time being.